Hey, I want you to do something for me. Think about the last time you checked your business bank account and really felt that feeling in your gut. The sales are coming in, your calendar might even be packed, but the money, it's just gone. You're working constantly, but it feels like you're just pouring every dollar right back into a black hole. It's like your business has become this hungry, cash-eating monster that's never full, and you're the last person to ever get fed. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. She runs this amazing coffee shop, always packed, line out the door. From the outside, total success story. But behind the counter, Sarah was secretly terrified. She was doing $15,000 months, but was literally praying her credit card would work at the grocery store. And I was stuck in that exact cycle until I discovered a book called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. And what I learned completely flipped my world, and Sarah's, upside down. The villain, the broken formula. So what is this lie that's keeping us all broke? It's a formula. A simple, innocent-looking math equation that you learned in school, and it's absolutely wrecking your business. It's this: sales minus expenses equals profit. Sounds logical, right? You make some money, you pay your bills, and whatever's left, that's your profit. But let me show you why this is the ultimate villain. This formula makes profit an afterthought. It's a leftover, a maybe. It's the financial equivalent of saying, I'll eat this entire large pizza by myself, and if there's a slice left at the end, I'll save it for later. Come on, be honest with yourself. Are there ever any slices left? Of course not. This is the exact trap Sarah was in. Her coffee shop would bring in $15,000 in a month. She'd pay for beans, rent, her baristas, the electric bill. She'd feed the entire monster. And every single time, without fail, the profit slice was gone. It didn't exist. You've been treating your own income, your own profit, as completely optional. And the broken formula taught you to do that. But what if we stopped hoping for leftovers? What if we decided that our slice of the pizza wasn't up for negotiation? What if we served ourselves first? That's the flip, and that's exactly what we're going to do next. The hero, the profit first flip. Now get ready for the flip that changes everything. We take that old broken formula and we turn it on its head. The new rule, the hero of our story, is this: sales minus profit equals expenses. Do you see what just happened? Profit is no longer the result at the end. It's the priority at the very beginning. It's not a hopeful leftover anymore. It's the very first bill you pay. You pay your business for being awesome. You pay yourself for being the genius that you are. So I sat down with Sarah and I asked her this one simple question. What if, the very second a customer pays for their latte, you immediately take your profit, before you even think about buying more milk or paying the barista? How would you run your shop differently? And her eyes just went wide. It was like a light bulb went off. Because suddenly, it wasn't about hoping for scraps. It was about claiming what was hers from the very beginning. This one mental shift changes everything. It transforms you from a victim of your expenses to the CEO of your cash. So what would you do differently if you knew for a fact that you were getting paid 5% of every single sale, no matter what? How would that change your confidence? How would that change the way you look at your business? This isn't just theory. This is the key that unlocks the cage. And now, I'm going to show you the exact simple steps to make this real. The 5 jars system. Okay, so how do we actually make this happen without becoming an accounting wizard? We're not going to use a complicated spreadsheet. We're going to use jars. Literal jars. Well, bank accounts that act like jars. It's the same thing. You need 5 separate bank accounts. Don't panic. It sounds like a lot, but it's what makes the magic work. This is how we physically separate the money so the monster can't eat it all. Let's break them down. Imagine these are 5 jars on your kitchen counter. First, you have your income jar. This is where all the money lands. Every single dollar from a sale goes straight in here, but you don't leave it there. This jar is just a temporary stop, like your mailbox. The moment money arrives, you do your allocation. This is the fun part. You start by taking a chunk and putting it straight into your profit jar. This is your sacred money. This is not for you to spend on bills. This is your business's reward for existing. For a business like Sarah's, we started her at 5%. So for every dollar that comes in, 5 cents goes straight into profit, right off the top. It's like that emergency cash you hide in a book on your shelf. Next, you fill your owner's pay jar. This is your salary. Finally, right? This is the money you use to pay your personal rent, buy groceries, live your life. For Sarah, this was a game changer. She started at 50%. Half of every dollar she made was now hers to take home, guilt-free. Then you've got your tax jar. Let's call this the do not touch or you'll go to jail jar. You put a set percentage in here, let's say 15 cents, every single time. No more tax season panic attacks. The money is just waiting for the government. And finally, whatever is left goes into your OPEX jar. That's just a fancy word for operating expenses. This is the money you use to run your business. Rent, supplies, software, payroll, everything comes from this one jar. Now here's where it gets real. Let's use Sarah's example. when she landed a $2,000 catering order. Before, she'd see $2,000 and think, great, I can pay my bills. Now, the moment that $2,000 hits her income account, she immediately moves it. $100 goes straight to profit. $100 she cannot touch. That's her business growing its own savings account. $1,000 goes to her owner's pay. She pays herself first. $1,000 for her hard work. $300 goes to the tax jar. No more sweating that bill. And that leaves her with just $600 in her OPEX jar to actually buy the supplies and pay her staff for that catering order. Forcing efficiency. Now I know exactly what you're thinking, because Sarah thought the same thing. You just looked at that OPEX number and had a mini heart attack. Only $600? But my expenses are way higher than that. I need at least $1,500 for that catering order. This is impossible. You're gonna bankrupt me. That fear is real. But here's the beautiful, crazy, counterintuitive truth. That tight OPEX jar, that's a superpower. Think about it like this. If I give you a giant, unlimited plate of food, you're gonna be wasteful. You'll take bites and leave the rest. But if I give you a small, perfectly portioned plate, you'll savor every single bite. You won't waste a crumb. That small OPEX plate forces you to become a genius with your money. It makes you ask the tough questions. This is where Sarah had her breakthrough. She looked at her tiny $600 OPEX allocation for that $2,000 order and she panicked. Then she got creative. She realized she was just automatically ordering her supplies from the same expensive vendor out of habit. So she spent one afternoon calling other suppliers, and she found one that was 20% cheaper for the same quality. Just by making a few phone calls, she slashed her costs. Then she looked at her waste. She saw that she was always throwing out dozens of pastries at the end of the day. So instead of just accepting the loss, she started a 3 p.m. pastry flash sale. She'd post on Instagram, all pastries half off for the next hour. Not only did she stop throwing money in the trash, she created a buzzing afternoon rush and made her customers feel like they were getting an amazing deal. She turned a loss into a marketing event. The constraint didn't break her business. It built a better business. It forced her to find the fat and trim it. It forced her to innovate. So let me ask you, if your operating budget was suddenly cut in half, what's the first thing you would scrutinize? That software subscription you never use. That retainer for a service that isn't paying off. That inefficient process that burns through employee hours. You already know where the waste is. You've just never had a powerful enough reason to cut it. The Profit First system gives you that reason. It gives you a direct, immediate reward for being efficient. You get to keep your profit and your salary. It transforms frugality from a chore into a thrilling game. The ritual, making it a habit. Now, this whole thing might sound like a lot of work, but I promise you it's not. We're not talking about a part-time job here. We're talking about a simple ritual, a money habit that takes you 10 minutes twice a month. The author calls it the money date. You need to schedule this with yourself. Seriously, pull out your phone right now, well, after this video, and set a recurring appointment for the 10th and the 25th of every month. Call it Money Date with Myself. Make it non-negotiable. On that date, you make your favorite drink, you sit down, and you do just two things. First, you open your banking app and you transfer all the money from your income account. You send it to the other 4 accounts: profit, owner's pay, tax, and OPEX, based on your percentages. That's it. The whole process takes like 5 minutes. You are literally done in the time it takes to check your Instagram. Second, you pay your business bills only from the OPEX account. This is the crucial part. If you look in your OPEX account and it's looking a little skinny to cover everything, you don't, I repeat, do not go stealing from your profit jar. That money is sacred. Instead, get creative. Call a supplier and ask for an extension. Delay a non-essential purchase. Hustle to bring in a quick payment. You do what Sarah did and find a way to make it work. This is where you become a financial ninja. And finally, every quarter, you get to have a celebration date. You look at that beautiful growing profit account and you take 50% of it out as a bonus for yourself. You've earned it. The other 50% stays in there to make your business even stronger and safer. That's it. This is how you transform your business from a cash-eating monster to a money-making machine. Remember, this is your business. This is your future. You are the boss. So go act like it. If this video was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.